I'm Molly from Selfish Mother, and I'm here with 5 free ways to wow on social media. And I thought I would share these tips because I believe social media is amazing, whatever you want to use it for. Like these days, social media is key. But it's also useful to know how to use it wisely so that you just don't spend all day like on your phone on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, because it's also a time sapper. So here are 5 free ways to wow. And just for a background, like with Selfish Mother, we've been running a couple of years, and Facebook, we've got 50,000 page fans now, and on Instagram we've got about 30,000, and I love them both and I use them daily. Number 1 is if you're starting out, just pick one channel and do it well. Don't try and do everything. Just think, what are you good at? What do you enjoy spending time on? And do that well. So is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it Snapchat? Is it Pinterest? Is it Twitter? Just concentrate on one, that's good. Once you've mastered that, then you can move on to another one. But initially, don't water yourself down, just do one. And that's what we did with Selfish Mother. I launched on Facebook about 2 years before we actually started using Instagram. Number 2 is interact. Social media is called social media for a reason. It is not about going on and stalking other people. It is about going on and interacting. So go on, leave posts yourself, leave comments on other people's, and they will comment on you, with you back, and you will start a conversation. And also follow people. Do not think it's uncool to follow people, because it's really, really not. It's all about, if someone spent the time going on to follow you, then why not follow them back? You might strike up a conversation with them, or just go on and have a look for people that are like-minded and similar-minded and follow them. And the more you follow them, you can comment on their posts, and so they will get involved with you. Like, you have to be social if you want to succeed on social media. Okay, number 3. Study it. Study the channel you are using like an art. If you're on Facebook, study Facebook, or study Instagram if you're on there. Like, just work out what makes it tick. What does your audience respond to? What posts do they like? What's the best time to post? For Selfish Mother, for instance, like, we know that if we post at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on Facebook, then those get a great reaction, because lots of mothers parents look at social media after they put the kids to bed or first thing in the morning. Middle of the day doesn't get a great reaction for us. Also for us, like, large pictures get a really good reaction, whereas small pictures do not get a good reaction. So we just learn what works and then do it, and trial and error, and then try something else. But it's continual art of studying. Number 4 is always be relevant. Think of who you're talking to and why you want to connect with them and what they might like to hear. So for me, I know as Selfish Mother that posting pictures of my kids every day probably wouldn't have the best reaction for me for my business, but I like to post pictures of my kids occasionally. And then I also think quotes work really well for me, because they empower the person that's reading it, and everyone can imagine themselves within a quote. But yeah, always be relevant. Like, with me, I probably, if I was posting loads of pictures of food, probably wouldn't be really very relevant for my brand and me. So think of who you're talking to and speak to them in whatever creative ways you can. Tip number 5 is to take it offline as well. So connect with people on social media and meet them for a coffee, arrange events, go to their events, just be really social. And the more social you are, it means that people will be tagging you, they will be referencing you, you'll be taking pictures together and they'll be sharing them on their social media, and so therefore your social media will grow. And what's really cool is then you'll make new friends in the process too. Bye, I'm Molly from Selfish Mother, and I hope you've enjoyed my 5 ways to wow on social media.